Kimbo, Natatanzambi Yamazulu. Hey fam, it's your brother Hebrew Deuce. Just checking in with y'all. Um, Actually, I recorded a video yesterday, um, about an hour and a half. Um, and for some reason, it wouldn't upload um, from the app that I was using. So back out here today, redo it. Um, Hey, everything happened for a reason, you know. Maybe I said something in there y'all wasn't supposed to hear. But just want to give a shout out to all my Bantu family. Give a shout out to brother Yanatachi Lumbo. Great Nabi and this awakening. Just want to say blessing to everybody. Hope everybody doing good on the Shabbat. Toward the end of the day here, so this lighting isn't the best out here right now. I don't have the sun shining like normal, but I'm gonna try to get through this. Basically, what I want to, kind of stay in is talk about revelations. We'll talk about um, who's actually in control of everything, and we know it's the Most High. But I just want to show you in Scripture, um, who's who's the one really in charge. We see things going on around the world. We see the enemy's plans to destroy us. We see them every day. We just seen that. I don't know if y'all was paying attention, but their brother Issachar put on his page this new bill or whatever they proposed called, I think HR 6666. Man, it's getting crazy, but we really shouldn't be walking in fear, but we should be diligent. The object, is not to just lay down and die, in this situation. When it comes time if we die for the honor of the Most High, if we die as a witness for Him, then that's fine. But just, surrendering and letting these people destroy us, that ain't in my plans, you know. I been praying for years. The Most High showed me some things, that they're very sobering, but I won't share them because maybe the Most High don't want me to share those things. But I won't get specific, but I'll just say this: I've been praying for years. Most High, if I gotta go for you, don't let it be where these people can just shut me up when they want to. You know what I'm saying? Don't let it be where, just by the flick of their finger like that, they can shut down your word, shut down your servant from speaking before you, and speaking for you. Because they've taken out, the brothers before us. We think about Malcolm. We think about Martin Luther King. We think about these guys. I look at them. They're on both what they would consider both ends of the spectrum. They would call Malcolm the violent one. They would call Martin the peaceful one. But both of them, they took them out. So just in that, you will see it. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, they do not care. They do not care about a black man's voice, his peaceful protest. If you look at it, this brother in the NFL, Colin Kaepernick, he kneeled. Well, he was sitting down at first at the national anthem, and then he started kneeling. Actually, at the advice of this former soldier, Nate Soldier, maybe his name. But anyway, this guy, you know, former player for the University of Texas. He got an NFL tryout with Seattle, didn't make it. He told Kaepernick, you know, to honor the soldiers, just kneel, to kneel, instead of, sitting down. So as a compromise, Kaepernick, he kneeled. Um, and no matter what he said, I'm not disrespecting the soldiers. I'm coming against the police brutality in this country against, what he would say, people of color, but it's mainly black people, you know. Um, um, we saw the other day, I actually was living in that town, Brunswick, Georgia, where that guy, Brother Ahmad, um, was gunned down by these two, you know, racist men on the back of this pickup truck. He out jogging. They come gun him down. And man, that hurt me. That hurt me, man. And that guy looks familiar because I stayed in Brunswick from 2002, 2009, and it's not a big city. And he looked familiar. Um, he probably was one of those kids running around there during that time. I don't know, but um, all I know, man, is we gotta be prayed up. And we gotta really tap into our, to our power, to our limo, because like I was saying earlier, I kind of got off topic, but I've been asking the Most High for years, you know, don't let it be where these guys can just, you know, squeeze a trigger and take my life, Let them see power like the two witnesses, Let them see power. Now I know about Simon Toko. Let them see power like that where you can't just kill me, you know. Um, and I will hear about different ones that were like on a high level spiritually, even when they came into the continent, when they went into Congo. And certain ones of them turned invisible and went up into the mountains. And it was actually, when I heard it, was I think it was Brother Messiah or Brother Yonatan, one of them, but I believe Brother Messiah at the time was talking about it. And it was a confirmation for me because I seen two dreams where um, I turned invisible. When I hit myself, I had to show myself to them, because they couldn't see me. So, um, got a text. But anyway, that's the level of spirituality, a level of power, because I believe the scriptures. And that's what we got to do. We got to come to a place where we believe the scriptures. We believe the Bible. Um, it's our book. These people who took this book and then they taught us the book, they don't even believe in it like that. Um, Overall, a lot of us, we believe, and over the years we become, in a sense, like them. We've let them influence us. We were very spiritual people, but I've never seen so many um, so-called atheists, black people in my life as I do now. We got people that are atheists. We got people that um, just don't believe the Most High. And of course, now that we've awakened to who we are, there are those who just don't want to believe that. They want to stay in that lower, you know, vibrational state, I guess you can call it. The Most High showed me 2000. Um, he showed me 2000. Uh, what year was that? It was around 2009, 10ish, probably 2010ish. The most I was showing me then that no. 2010, 2011, somewhere in there. But the most I was showing me back then that he was gonna that I had two identities that I had lost. And I probably told a little bit of that in my testimony. And um, basically, I was going to look for him, and I found one. There's one more I'm still looking for, but I know what it is. I'm just trying to find that place in the Messiah. But the first one, of course, is that we're the children of Israel. You know, we lost that one, and I didn't know we lost that one, but he showed me then that I was basically looking for it. And the other one, I know what that one is. That one is super important to me. Um, to be honest with you, if I really was a Gentile, what he told me, that I hold that in higher regard than my identity. I do. And maybe one day I'll share it. Maybe not. But there's only like four, maybe five people that know that what I'm talking about. I don't share that with everybody. It's something he spoke to me, and actually, when he spoke it to me, he spoke it out of me. It was like I told people, you put your hand here and you speak, and you feel that vibration on your hand. That's the way he spoke out of me, and I felt it vibrate. My body vibrate, and it was no doubt he was talking to me. But what he said was unbelievable. But anyway, um, and the reason it was hard for me to believe it when he first said it, and I asked him to confirm it, and he did it that same evening in a supernatural way through somebody else, and they didn't even know what they were saying. But and they actually wasn't supposed to be in that place at the time when they said it. They wasn't supposed to even be there. They supposed to be at work. And but the reason that I needed a second confirmation, even though I felt him speak out of me, but because I'm a flawed individual, and I'm like, me? You say that to me? But anyway, and I'm not trying to act like a homo. I'm telling you, I'm not. I'm a flawed individual. I'm very flawed, just like anybody else. But um, that I hold more precious than anything, than even my identity. I'm gonna tell you, even more precious than my identity. But my identity is also very precious to me. Somebody asked me, who was that ancestor that in my intro video I talked about that the most I told me my is because my ancestor prayed for me because of a question I had, and when I found out who I was, I immediately knew my ancestor was Abraham. So if my ancestor prayed for me, I mean, he was praying for all of his seed to come. He was praying for all of his children. So he prayed for us. When the Most High showed him these terrible things that would happen to us, he prayed. He began to pray for us and plead for us. And we know that Most High, he listens to Abraham. If we think about Sodom and Gomorrah, look at it. He was able to save Lot and his family through Abraham's prayer. So, um, and Abraham was his friend. Hmm. But now we come into a time that um, we're gonna see, the Most High in a way we've never seen him before. You know, we've seen things in church, yeah, we saw things in church, but this newer church, you know, things are very, very, very watered down. Here in America especially. I used to hear about all the miracles and these things. And even when I first came to the Messiah, there was things that um, the Most High would use me to do. My faith was just on that level. But I think, and it still is not where I wanted to be. But, I still got, decent faith. But one of the things that happened was when I came to church, and as you begin to grow and you begin to step out in ministry, and then you have mentors and those who are over you, they see this guy who has all this faith and the Most High just doing things for him. They begin to get jealous and almost they try to quench that fire in you because it reminds them of what they used to be. It reminds them of how they used to have that purity and that sincerity, and so instead of helping you along and helping you, keeping you from falling into that pitfall that they went into, they try to quench yours, quench your fire, and uh, that is just, it's not right, you know. So the people that come along that the Most High allow me to mentor, what I'm gonna do and what I desire to do is just stoke that flame, fan the flame, fan the flame that's in them, so that they can stay, you know, strong in the faith, and in a lot of ways surpass my faith. That look, surpass my faith, because you look, I don't know what's wrong with folks. You have somebody surpass your faith, and they're able to get in touch with God and get closer to the Most High. Forgive me for saying God. We get closer to the Most High, um, than you were able to. Then guess what? They benefit you. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's the way I would look at that. Benefits me, because I know that person can get a prayer through. I know that person, the Most High hears him or her. You know what I mean? So let's push each other. Let's push each other to um fast and pray. Let's push. Let's sharpen each other. Iron sharpeneth iron. It's kind of dark out here, so I probably won't go get in the script. I'm just talking. But I'm gonna put a little another video that I did at home a few days ago. It's like a little 11-minute video going over church, what that word church means. And if I may, I kind of got out here late today. In that video I told you earlier, I tried to upload. It was about like an hour and a half, and it wouldn't upload. So, like I said, maybe it wasn't for me to say those things that I was saying, but our people, man, we gotta open our eyes. We gotta wake up. Get that sleep out of them. We awake, we wake, but we kind of sleepwalking. And the thing is, what I'm noticing, when this shutdown happened, there was a fear that came over people, and people even start reaching out to me, saying, they saw the things that I was saying, they saw them happening. But what I'm seeing now, though, is because of, What they speaking over the people. Oh, this is gonna become your new norm, your new norm. And in a sense, this new norm, people are kind of getting used to it. They kind of getting to that point where it's like, okay, this ain't so bad. Maybe I can just, depend on the government stimulus checks. It's almost like y'all have heard the little analogy of putting the frog in the water and then slowly turning up the temperature, and he stays in there, he boils. That's kind of like what this is. You know, people have gotten used, almost already get used to this. We deal with an enemy. He's very crafty. He studied people for years. But let me tell you something. The European, let them get you. They ain't used to, look, some of them out in the street protesting and acting crazy and this and that. But down here in the South where I'm at, they kind of getting used to it a little bit. They kind of like, okay. You know what I'm saying? But in a sense, they let them go to sleep. But what I'm saying is not for, our people to go to sleep. Wake up, because you gonna be the target. You the one that they really want. And the others will just be collateral damage. They'll just be collateral damage. But you are the one they want. You are the one that Satan he's coming after. Revelation 12. When he's kicked out of heaven, he coming after. But he been coming after you. He been coming after us. Look at it. Look at this social distancing. Who they coming after? Who they beating down in the parks and slamming and all these things? Who is it? While the others sit in the park gathering and picnicking and all this, and nobody cares. Nobody cares about that. The Ish people, the fake Yahudim, they got an apology. You know what I'm saying? They got an apology from the mayor, in New York for calling them out, pretty much. But us, the beat down. But I told my people a few years ago, I've been telling them, look, y'all ain't hearing me now, but I said things gonna get so bad, they gonna make you want to leave this place. They gonna make you want to leave this place. The Most High is gonna allow the temperature to get turned up so hot that you gonna want to leave this place. We almost have got comfortable with. We don't even know we in captivity. We don't even know that we're in captivity. See, you think about it. People think because you can walk around, you can get a job, you can do all these, that you're not in captivity. This is the land of your captivity. Think about it. The Messiah was born in captivity. He understands captivity. They were occupied in their own land by the same power that we live in now. It's the same power. They just divided, but it's the same power, the same Roman power, the same one who was given Hasatan's seat, his power, his great authority. It tells you in the book of Daniel that the last king would be a divided kingdom. So they spread all over the earth, conquering, and they intermingle with the seed of man. They went amongst the seed of man all over the world. So that brings another question too. If they intermingle with the seed of man, what are they really? Are they really human? It's a question we gotta ask. But I know it's getting, it's dark. Y'all can barely see my face, so that's one of my superpowers. I tell people, the power of the dark skin, brother. You see that? See how I just disappeared? That's superpower. That's the power of the dark skin, brother. But anyway, um, yeah. But anyway, the same power that was occupying, Isulele when the Messiah was walking the earth, um, the time when he died, they were in captivity. They were in captivity in their own land. They were walking around, traveling on boats. They were doing all these things, just like us. Had jobs. They were paying taxes, doing all these things, but they were in captivity. They were in occupation. They were in bondage, in slavery. It was just a different type. They were subservient to Caesar and his people. Just like now, you think you're equal citizen. Our people who aren't awake, you think you're equal citizen, but you're not. Not at all. Not at all. You're living in under captivity right now. You're in the land of your captivity, and we gotta wake up to that. And we gotta pray and fast and have enough enough care for our own people, a heart, enough compassion for our own people that are lost, that we fast and pray for them that their eyes come open. You know. So, well, family, I'm just gonna post this short video, and I'm gonna put the little video I did, concerning Circe or church at the end of this one, and hopefully this one will upload, and maybe tomorrow, y'all willing, that I can get out here and kind of go over the scriptures that I did yesterday in that video that I couldn't get to upload for some reason. But I pray that y'all have a great night. I pray that you had a restful Sabbath, and salama. As you can see here, I just Googled church word origin, and you will see these newer words of definition that they try to use for church. But if you go down and start looking at the origin of the word, and you see Old English, you see it? Kirk, Sirach, Kirk. And then if I click on Kirk, all right, you see that? All right, now let's go look at those words you just saw. Kirk, Kirky, or Kirky. Not that one. There we go. See? Greek goddess of sorcery. Kirk, Circe. See right here? Kirky, or Kirk, goddess of sorcery. Pharmakia, who is skilled in the magic of transmutation, illusion, and necromancy. And of course, if you see here, Kirk, same word, and you see it, but you have to do your own research and look past, the illusion. Look at there. Kirk can be identified with her braided hair, wand, and pigs. I don't know why she got braided hair, but priestess of religion that worship pigs. Hmm. See here, a sorceress who changed Odysseus' man into swine, but is forced by Odysseus to change them back. So we see her skills of witchcraft, magic, and um, high-level sorcery. And as you can see, why when I look up the word Kirk, you see church. Why is church? They try to give these different definitions for church. Well, why does church come up at the same time? See the word church there? See church, 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 church. Why is this goddess and church associated together? I'm gonna tell you why. Mystery Babylon, the whore. So you see here, Mystery Babylon, the Great. And I'm gonna just go through Google Images real quick. You see, she has the cup in her hand, which if we look at Circe, her definition, she has a cup that she mixes her potions in. So see, and this actually says Trump to give that great city the daughter of women to Sanhedrin. Actually, let's click on that. I don't even know what it says. So, and of course, if you look at you can pause it and read through this stuff if you want. I don't even know what this says. I'm just kind of doing it off the top of my head and just researching, but I don't know what this. Let me see. Yeah. So anyway, you can pause it, of course, and look through all this. I'm just scrolling through this article. Somebody's attempt, I guess, to interpret the scriptures. But we see worshiping the dragon, worshiping the beast. But I do know about, I see here Sanhedrin. Now in this second paragraph, you'll see that Trump just had these Noahide laws signed into place through these rabbis, the Sanhedrin, I guess, not too long ago. These what they call Noahide laws. And you see at the top of this, top there, it says NoahHideNews.com. So basically, it gives them the authority to unleash these 7 laws, and basically they can interpret them any way they want to. So if they need them to say something to bring allegations against you in any way they want to, they can do that. So yeah, we see John Hagee here. So we know he's a staunch believer in the fake Israel. And I know this guy has to know who we are. But that's just some more images of Mystery Babylon, the whore. And actually, I'm just doing so. You see her, what she looks like. She has the cup in her hand. You see that? See that cup? She has on her royal robe, and she's sitting on the back of the dragon or the beast. And we'll see what Circe looks like here. Circe, Kirk. And just so they don't mess it up, we're going to put goddess so we can get the image we're looking for. And I've already taken you through these, so you've seen what it means. So you see Circe there with her cup. You see it? See it in her right hand? The great whore, you see right there, that's her bowl right there in her hand of potions, I guess. Yep. You see her most of the time. Most of the time she's depicted with that. See that? That golden cup in her hand. That golden cup. A lot of times you see her, that's what she's depicted. And if you see this one here, she's drunken with the blood of the saints. There you have it. That's the church, y'all. This is the illusion. This is the illusion we were under. But thank the Most High we came out of it. We thank Tatan Zambi that we came out of it. And you see there? See her and her pig? And while I'm here, this just reminded me actually about a month ago, maybe even more. I wrote it down though. But I had this dream. It was kind of weird. But I had this dream. I stopped like this gas station. And when I went inside the gas station, you would see where normally there's a deli, like they cooking chicken and macaroni, all these different things for lunch. You seen pigs, but you seen them cut, like you seen the leg, you seen the head, and they were covered in blood. And it was like weird to me, of course. You know, you got pig parts cut up, and when I woke up, I understood what it meant. So I'm gonna tell you, saints, you know, some of us make excuses, you know, to not follow what the Most High said. But if we look in Isaiah 66, we'll see that the Most High actually said he was going to destroy people for hiding behind the bush or the grove, eating swine's flesh, who sanctify themselves, who make it right, eating swine's flesh, and the mouse and the abomination, I believe it says. But you can go to Isaiah 66 and read through there and you'll see it's in there. But anyway, it's a warning. The reason I saw this, the pig parts covered in blood, is a warning of death in the pig. So there's something going to be unleashed. I know there was something not too long ago called the African swine flu that killed a lot of the pigs. And I think recently they said something about a meat shortage. But because the Most High showed it to me, I knew it's something different. So it could be African swine flu, but I don't think so. I think this is something that's going to transfer over to humans, because they said they don't know if that could carry over to humans. But this is something different. So people, just stay away from the swine. It ain't worth it. I used to love eating some bacon. But now I use like a beef bacon, and it's got a different little texture, but it's good. Or like a chicken bacon, but it ain't worth it. Trust me, it ain't worth it. But that's a warning. Stay away from the swine. And of course, you can do what you want to do. You're an adult. But I recommend you stay away from it, because the Most High don't just show me nothing for no reason. Again, we see her here with her cup. I don't think that one's golden, but she's mixing something. Remember the scripture. She's drunken with the blood of the saints. She has a golden cup in her hand. So the illusion of church is what we were under. But I think we've seen enough. You see it again. There she goes. And there she goes with her swine. So we've been deceived, y'all. We were deceived. Stay away from church. The Most High shut it down during this quarantine for a reason. Hallelujah.